Children, just wait till you see what these girls do when Zab is unleashed and takes control of the camera. It's too hot for TV and not available in stores. So call now to get Girls Gone Trad, hosted by Zab. It's the hottest Girls Gone Trad video ever. Use your credit card and you'll get the all-new Girls Gone Trad gardening absolutely free. You won't believe the uncensored insanity as we catch real girls fulfilling traditional gender roles in the home. Laundry, cooking, even vacuuming the living room. It's the most heteronormative Girls Gone Trad yet. Get the official shirt now at the Zab Show. Children, just wait till you see what these girls do when Zab is unleashed and takes.
Oh, there we go. Somebody told me, they said it was a joke, that as soon as we get closer to World War III, women are going to start taking on traditional roles again. And this just popped up on my feed. I thought it was really funny. Tradwives gone wild.
Control of the camera. It's too hot for TV and not available in stores. So call now to get Girls Gone Trad, hosted by Zab. It's the hottest Girls Gone Trad video ever. Use your credit card and you'll get the all-new Girls Gone Trad gardening absolutely free. You won't believe the uncensored insanity as we catch real girls fulfilling traditional gender roles in the home. Laundry, cooking, even vacuuming the living room. It's the most heteronormative Girls Gone Trad yet. Get the official shirt now.
You know we're getting close to World War when this is coming out. This is funny. That is really funny. All this stuff. What's everybody up to, man? How's it going out there? What did I say on Sunday night? I did the stream. I said, was it Sunday? Was it Monday when I do that emergency stream? It was last night. And I said, look, when have we ever had a nuclear war announced like this? Like, this is a complete setup for a bluff, right? This is what we got. So here we are. And something happened, then nothing happened, right? But some good news, Iran is accepting Bitcoin to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And it probably has BlackRock rolling in their grave, maybe. But I guess it's good news. It's bullish news, right? Definitely bullish news. If it's real. I don't know, maybe it's a joke. Grok, is this true? Let's see. Yes, it's true. It is true. Look at that. Thanks, Grok. Bloomberg and other reports from early April confirm Iran's has formalized a toll system for safe passage, and they'll take Bitcoin, Chinese yuan, crypto, and stable coins. They'll take stable coins pegged to fiat. So wait till they hear about PDI. That'll be something else, won't it? What's going on? What's going on? So we'll go through some news real quick, and then let's get right into some charts, right? Okay, this is Australia. I don't know what's going on in Australia.
This has to be the most concerning bill I've ever seen the Australian government try and pass, and both Labor and Liberal both voted in favour for it. Now, it's called the ASIO Amendment, and according to the new bill, you can be detained and interrogated without even being accused of any crime, and they call it a questioning warrant. Not only this, but the ASIO will also have the power to detain and question people without judicial approval anymore. So warrants only need to be signed off by the Attorney General. Now, if you're detained by the ASIO, it'll also be illegal to refuse to answer questions, and the punishment is up to 5 years in prison. So it completely overrides the legal principle of having a right to remain silent. It literally won't exist anymore under this law. Now, not only this, but it is illegal to disclose that you were...
It's pretty much pre-crime, right? You guys know pre-crime from, what's that Steven Spielberg movie with Tom Cruise, right? It's kind of, we're heading into that territory.
Even detained or interrogated as well. So you can't even go public, but this isn't even the part that pisses me off the most. This law applies to minors as well. So ages 14 and above according to the new bill. Now I have no idea how this works, because if your child got detained and interrogated, the law states that it's illegal to disclose that to a third party. So the question is, would parents even know that this was even happening to their own child? Now, even if you have a lawyer, according to the new bill, lawyers can not properly advise you during...
Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. So, I don't know. Australia looks like it's going to be ground zero for World Economic Forum. Never give up your guns. Never give up your guns, man. Governments are not to be trusted. So, this is funny. There's a bunch of these videos going around, but this is the annual military draft lottery in Thailand. It happens at the beginning of every April. So, these young guys got to draw pretty much their fate, okay? And if you draw red, it means 2 years service in the military, okay? This is a draw. It's just completely random. Guys really don't take it well. I'm gonna get flagged for this fucking song, alright? Did he even look at it yet? He didn't even look at it. He was passed out already. He drew black, so he didn't even have to. It was an exemption. He got exempted. He's going right to Pattaya. The draft doesn't care if you're a ladyboy or not either. It's just like if you're, well, I mean, maybe the ladyboys love it. What? Is that his hair? He got black. Everyone's been exempted. Wow. All right. It's ridiculous. Draft is going to be a thing, man. It's going to be a thing here. This is really cool, man. So this is this family. Obviously, they're pretty well-to-do. So what they did was they made a natural pool out of their backyard. So let's check it out.
Let's explore my parents' natural pool. Look at all the fish.
We've had some exciting changes since the last update, so let's get into it. Here is Jake diving into the water, and the fish barely flinched. They are so used to people now, it's crazy.
The whole thing's covered in algae, which is normal, obviously, if you're in the wild, in nature. But this is your backyard pool. It's fucking true.
I just stuck my camera into the water, and this fish came right up to it. In my last updates, I talked a lot about the fish, but this time I want to talk about the ecosystem and the greenery.
The greenery is awesome. It's definitely cool. You know, probably some safety concerns if you got little kids, but
And how everything's really just coming together. It literally looks like a jungle oasis paradise now compared to before. And since there's so many plants and fish and everything's just coming together, the water is so much more clear. This is what it looked like at first, guys. What? I don't know if you remember my first video, but this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. The reason why my parents decided to do a natural pool instead of a regular pool is because they didn't want any chemicals. They have a fruit farm on this property, and they don't use any pesticides or anything, so they wanted to keep everything pretty natural, or as natural as they possibly can. People don't believe me that this is cheaper than a regular pool. The water is so clear now because everything is working together.
How is this cheaper than a regular pool? There's no way that, because you don't need a whole like pump system and all that.
And keeping it very clean. And I want to show you guys an overview of what it looks like from the outside. So it looks absolutely stunning with all the flowers and trees everywhere. I think it's a lot bigger than a lot of people think. It's a huge L shape, and the entire pool is only, I think, 3 feet deep. My favorite part are the banana trees everywhere, and we're about to have a ton of fresh bananas. When you dig in the redlands, you hit limestone. My dad decided to create a throne out of limestone. I have nothing else to comment on that. But if you know anything about Miami or South Florida, the Redlands, Coral Castle is a huge thing here. It's all made.
Okay, I've been to Coral Castle. It's pretty cool if you've never been. Coral Castle is a really interesting place. Really interesting energy at Coral Castle. Like the whole little where it's situated. I don't know what's going on, but you can feel something. But it's really cool. This is cool. I would definitely left some open area. It's a little too forested for me.
And this is the back side of the pool, which I don't think I've ever shown before. And I wanted to show you guys all the bananas and the beautiful trees and everything just coexisting and working together to create this beautiful ecosystem. I'm going to do a long formatted YouTube video, hopefully next week, going into more detail about the natural pool. Like at first, guys, I don't know.
Yeah, like I would have left the front area at least open so you can, for safety reasons, to see the pool. 1, 2, lay out, sit on the edge of the pool.
If you remember my first video,
it's pretty seriously
but
forested
this is
now.
what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. The reason why my parents decided
what do you guys think about that with all the fish in there?
Instead of a regular pool is because they didn't want any chemical.
And there's no natural predator, so when you get in the pool, all the fish come up to you. Oh, speaking about fish. Oh my God, this fish are demonic, dude. Let me show you this video of this fish. Anyway, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's awesome. Oh, by the way, though, if you're in Miami, I'd also be worried about like snakes and alligators getting in there, which is a real thing. Like, you wake up one morning, go for a swim, and there's a gator in your pool, and it probably wouldn't be happy. Very common, and I'm sure the gator would love that pool. All those fish. I don't know. Maybe a saltwater pool is a better idea. Salt's great, man. I don't know if I want to deal with this fucking jungle. Yeah, with the kids shit. That's crazy. All right, but look, man. This is a fish called the wolffish. Now, it shouldn't be called a wolffish. It should be called the demon fish. It doesn't look like a wolf. Look at this thing. It's dead, by the way, obviously, right? You can see that. Its head's been chopped off. This is like hours later, days later. Look at that thing. It's an organic machine, a biological machine. Fish are totally demonic. Like, they're just meant to be eaten. That's it. That's a fucked up fish. This is a strong bite. That's pretty freaky, man. Damn. That was crazy. Is that it? What's this? These motherfuckers are terrifying. This is terrifying. Is this what it is when it's... Oh, man. I guess because it does look like a wolf. Like the skin. Yeah, it's like that gray wolf look. But by the head, I mean, these are demons, bro. These are demons. Fish are evil. I don't want to swim in a pool of fish. A fish tried to bite my cock off when I was a kid. I'll tell you what happened. I was at Clearwater Beach. I was like, I don't know. I was really little, maybe 12, 13. I don't remember how old I was. And like I peed in the water. And all of a sudden this fish tried swimming up my swim shorts. And I ran out of that water like I've never run. I mean, I was just running on the water. They thought Jesus was leaving the beach, man. It was crazy. And ever since then, I just, if I see, I just eat them. I don't know. They're not my friend. They're fucking demonic little creatures. Luckily, it wasn't a wolf fish that went up my shorts. Pet stuff. I don't know what's up with people like not getting along with their pets. Like this. Look at this woman and this cat.
Yes. Ah! Yummy! Ah!
And she starts attacking her.
Ah! Yummy! Nakina. Aray! Ah! Nakina mo ka! Yummy! Kila mo ako!
Like how can you have such a bad relationship with your pet? Oh my god! Like you feed it, you love it. I mean, the place is filthy. This person is filthy. Oh, it's really it wants to kill her. It's tormented. It's tormented. Living with this person. Who's a demon apparently. She's left it in the room. The place is filthy. What a disaster. What a disaster. I don't know how you end up like that. That's like most people's relationship. 2026 is just fucked up. So these British kids somehow got a policeman into a shopping cart and trapped him in there in the UK. God. This is the pandemonium that is 2026. Fucking crazy. Meanwhile, in UK, okay, this has to be this. And we're gonna get serious after this, okay? But I have to show you guys this, okay? This is the greatest prank I have ever seen. Okay, absolutely. Well, let me think. No, this is the best one. This is has the most fuckery involved, okay? And it's the most evil prank too. But it's fucking great. What's wrong with this fucking thing? All right. Check it out. Yo, what's up, Chad? What's going on? What's up, Cookie? Good to see you. Yeah. Jumped in. Cool. I'm going to do some TA. Watch this prank. Okay. Okay, so what he's doing is he's hypnotizing people. And then when they're hypnotized, he takes their stuff. All right?
Sleep. Sir, look into this. Look into this. Sir, my friend. No, sir, don't run. Sir, don't run. We'll do this for 3 seconds.
This is evil.
Hey. Come here. Hey. Okay. Come here. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Yo, look at this. Sleep.
It's like,
I had to calm down. I had to calm down. No, that's my money. You know what? What money, bro? Look into this for 3 seconds. Sleep. Auntie, look into this for 3 seconds. Auntie, look at this for 3 seconds.
Auntie, look here.
Uncle, wait now. Uncle, wait now. Uncle, wait now. Uncle, wait now. Uncle, don't run.
That's fucking great. I love it. Obviously, like, you know, you get it, right? The guys are his friend, and, you know, they set it up. The first guy's the best. Sleep.
Sir, look into this. Look into this, sir. Look into this. Sir, my friend. No, sir, don't run.
It's so good. It's diabolical, guys. Diabolical, this one. Do you guys believe in hypnotism? Has anyone ever been hypnotized? Consider it.
The plan is...
All right. This guy again. Now, this guy made these videos back in like 2012 or something like that, okay? So he also predicted the zombie apocalypse.
To provoke Iran or China to retaliate. And our guy, our source, who is a military man, is privately as convinced as he can be, although this has never been made public and this is not publicly known, that Iran does have nuclear weapons. He believes that they have been provided by China behind the scenes.
I believe that.
And all of this is intended because it's all right with these controlling forces that Iran has nuclear weapons, because they want them to be used. The plan is for either Iran or for China to retaliate after Iran is struck with a nuclear weapon. At that point, there will be a limited nuclear exchange in the Middle East, followed by a ceasefire. He heard this being planned in this meeting. This is being choreographed. It's like the script for a movie. This is exactly what's intended to happen. And then, he said, then the real war starts. Something that would be justifiably called the Third World War, with a much more major nuclear exchange. They believe that there is going to be what he called a geophysical event, a major geophysical event. There have been trillions of dollars that have been spent on deep underground bases for some reason which we don't know why it is. That there are repeated cyclical geophysical events about every 11,500 years. Information about what really happened to Atlantis was very probably in the Great Library of Alexandria that burnt down a couple of thousand years ago. There are persistent rumors that much of that information has been retrieved and it's in the Vatican Library. This is information which is not in the public domain.
We'll talk more in depth about that another time. But there's a lot of truth to what he's talking about. This is the coolest fucking card game ever, but let's go. Oh, this is funny as fuck. I was looking for this video. Saint, when do you see Pervex breaking its all-time high again? Join the TA video after this. I'm going to go into depth, right? So you guys saw what I just posted, right? On you guys saw my post, right? Fun fact, it's rumored I bought so much more ETH than you. Okay, we got to go. Richard Hart's got some cool tweets. Well, we'll check those out in a sec, too. So I just posted this, right? So this is from last week, guys. So if you guys were in my, it doesn't look like that's members TA video. So it's going to break out of here, and you guys got to see this. Okay, so let me zoom in, and this is exactly what you get when you join. It's kind of in-depth things. And to be honest with you, I said it would definitely go once we broke this line. Do you guys remember? Actually, I just went ahead and said it on stream the other night. I said we're going to half sack. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw where I think we're going to go. Okay, really quick. And I haven't done too deep analysis on chain about what's going on in ProveX. I'm just looking at the structure and the fact that we are kind of bearish. Now, I'll also draw really quick if we have a rally, what I think could happen. And notice how simple I make it. And I'm going to show you guys in a minute how my work lines up technically perfect, but I don't even pull that stuff up when I'm making these videos. It's so easy. You can literally just buy where I'm telling you and then sell when we go up. Now, we're not in a full bull trend yet, but that's another story. I'm sure if you're holding now, you're holding for the long term, though. Okay, I doubt you guys are jumping in and out of this. But, yeah. God damn, it's a tough one, but I do think I'm literally figuring it out on the spot. Like, I'm doing all this live. You're going to get that half sack, like I'm predicting. Probably definitely going to come into here, okay? Now, what that looks like is really simple. It's not like the end of the world. It is what it is. Now, we could go lower. Man, we could go much lower, okay? I'm just saying I think we're definitely going to come. And notice I haven't referred to a MACD and RSI, and I haven't pulled up a single indicator yet, okay? Nothing technical at all I've done yet. I'm going to come into here and chop, okay? Until we're ready to pop out, okay? Now, if we have a rally right now, what could happen, okay, is this is to come down and I'll pop this, and we're going to come up, and there's a lot of okay, and then obviously you guys see what it did, right? Where is it? Pervex. There we are. There's the exact drawing I made live, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. Get in there. So once again, not like I have a crystal ball, but I have a very strong understanding of price action, right? And actually, I ran the fibs just to show you guys. This is the 236 right here, and this is where my top of my box is and the drawing. Okay. So even if you open up indicators and certain things, you'll notice that I'm right where it needs to be technically, right? So we're moving up right now. We're bullish. We're looking good. All right, it's good. But I'm going to do a deeper dive in the TA video, just like you saw, which I do once a week, sometimes twice a week. And yeah, same work you guys are used to. I draw. I make it really easy. I don't even open up fibs. I don't. I'll open up fibs and stuff. We're really moving, but I don't. It's super simple, super easy. Because really, what matters is where you're going to put your entry in and where you're going to exit. Most of us on Pulse Chain are not traders. You're not even daily traders, right? So, really, what matters is if you catch these kind of consolidations periods before we move up, it's an easy trade, right? You buy here, you can sell some up here. As we move, but the thing is, for most people, in general, they just don't understand. When they see this chart, because I saw a lot of people going, we're going this way, we're going up from here, and it's just kind of ludicrous the stuff I saw. Right, there was a guy named Higher Elevation or something, High Altitude, and he was like, I mean, the stuff you see out there is just it's nutso. It's absolutely nuts, berserker. But if you know that it was actually going to come here, you're in good shape. All right, you're not in a rush to start buying up in here or waiting for some move that's not coming. Right? What's up, Prairie Bandana? How are you, man? Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it, man. 42 watching now. We'll be like 500, 1,000 or more when things finally fire up. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. So. Yeah, everyone click join, if you like this kind of stuff. And you'll be set to win, man. I'll set you up to win. Let's go look. This is really funny, but let's get right to... Let's talk about some Hex and Pulse Chain stuff. And let me see this really quick. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit... Oh, and smash the like button. Yeah, absolutely. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Links are at the top, guys. And joining is super easy. You just click the join button, and it's the cost of a beer, a pint of beer a month. That's it, man. And get a lot of good stuff out of it. Now, it's growing pretty quick, so obviously when it gets to a certain level, I have to increase price or figure something out because we're going to be calling bottoms here. And we can't have thousands of people knowing what the bottoms are on projects that are like 100K, 500K market cap, right? So there's a balance we got to hit. But get in now, and we're still growing. We're just under 100. So and also you get a link to the private Telegram. So in there I update with stuff regarding the TA, and you guys can ask questions. And then all the TA videos are by request as well, so you can make requests for whatever you want. So it's good for you guys. We also have private videos as well if you do the premium membership, so check it out. All right, so this is like a typical thing people are talking about, okay, really quick, because I want you to understand how bullshit the news is, okay? So you probably heard this thing about if Kamini goes down, the mosaic kicks in, and it means pretty much it doesn't matter. It's not a centralized leadership system, blah, 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 and all that. Really, that's just a bullshit way of letting you know that this isn't going to be a fast war. It's a long, ongoing war, because the profitable war is the war that never ends. And not only is war profitable, but it creates a lot of chaos in places where money can be laundered. Money can just simply be stolen by contractors who literally, it just loops back to the politicians for fake, phony companies and stuff like that. Medical aid, food, this aid, weapons aids, infrastructure, logistics, blah, 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 all these people, and half of them are just fake. It just circles right back to the politicians and what have you, right? So war is very good. It's very good. It's just this whole black hole where money can just disappear into and be redivided up later, okay? So if you think about, they've talked about Agenda 2030 and World Economic Forum, they obviously want to reduce and shrink the living standard, so they got to control energy. All right, they got to bottleneck it, right? Wherever it is in the world, they got to squeeze it down. They're going to do the same thing with water, land. You see the same thing happening with housing, food, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, okay? They're bottlenecking everything to make things more expensive, all right, and reduce your living standard and make life harder on you, all right, so that they can bring you into a 15-minute city. Because right now, maybe a 15-minute city doesn't sound like a good idea, but the cost of gas is 3 times more, and food is blah, 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 then all of a sudden the idea of buying things locally and maybe not driving so far becomes amenable, you become malleable, all right? So this is going to be an ongoing thing, all right? And the market's going to realize that at some point, and that'll be really go time, right? Maybe we'll have boots on the ground by then or something, and everyone will just be, cool, we're in the war, all right, there's going to be surprises, whatever, market will just start, moving. They're already getting numb to the whole Trump tweets something and the next day tweets something else. And I told you guys, I think, so was it last night? I did the stream Tuesday, my Tuesday night stream, and I didn't do the TA video because I said, look, he's going to have an announcement 2 a.m. It's going to change the TA, but I'm like, I guarantee you this nuke thing is just a setup for a reversal. And hopefully we get the rally. Now, we don't see things, moving out the gate quite yet, but we're gonna look closely at that, right? So anyway, this guy breaks down this whole thing with this 31 provinces, each autonomous, have their own leader. Do you see how this is just a lot of propaganda? All right. If they wanted the war to end, it could have ended, right? Just like, to be honest, Russia, Ukraine, they could have ended that in the first couple weeks. All right, you guys know that, right? And same thing. There's no win there for the politicians and the, military-industrial complex, as they call it, right? It's not really going to be a win if they wrap it up nicely in 2 weeks and peace. And no. We need a lot of dead bodies and a lot of blown-up cities to rebuild. And you see all the officials with briefcases of cash. Man, war's great. Very profitable. Very profitable. If you're a politician, or you're part of the military-industrial complex. The ceasefire didn't even last one day. Yeah, there was no... Yeah, okay, that's why we didn't mull out the gates, right? Trump reversed it in the morning, and then immediately missiles were flying, right? So, yeah, the market understood. There's just a lot of bullshit. The market just doesn't know what's going on. As soon as there's a little bit of certainty, we can start moving up. But, we may have this right now. No kill switch. Yeah, they want to put this propaganda out, like there's no kill switch, like Khomeini's gone and every Iranians are operating independent by province, blah blah. Yes and no. been designed to go like this. There's even some theories that, maybe they're ganging up Iran and Israel, could be ganging up to take out the Gulf states. Who knows? Who knows who the real enemies are, so to speak, or if it's just all scripted from top to bottom. Yeah, conspiracy crypto, exactly, yeah. Purpose of money laundering. Yeah. You were listening, right? Or you just joined in? I was just talking about that. Money laundering and all these black holes to make money disappear with contractors and everything. Fuck. I fucked up my back. I don't know what I did. I was drinking on the weekend. I did something dumb. All right. Let's look at Paul Shane. Some of the pups are over in El Salvador. It's pretty cool. They're going around. I'm pissed that, the first half, if you wanted to, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Okay. Why did it upload this? And there's a lot of... Didn't give me a clean ending there. Okay, I just typed in Paul Shane. We got welcome to Paul Shane. People are making memes. That's nice. Hexigon's trying to get you to buy and stake Hex.
Please.
This is posted by Moonking.
Open your mind.
This is true.
Open your mind.
This is what it's like trying to... What Hexagons are like?
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
That's a classic movie.
Wallet injected $20 million into Pulse Chain. The whole chain pumps. But these two specific charts tell the story. Watch. Here, you see the coins pumping 7x on the core coins, with some other altcoins doing over 100x on Pulse Chain. But here's another very real chart that matters even more. This is the liquidity chart on Pulse Chain back when liquidity was 10x higher. So now liquidity is 10x lower. So what would happen if that same 20 million came in today? I'm going to show you, but everybody's going to hate it because the prices are down and everyone's wrecked. These are real numbers based on math, yes, but nobody likes optimism right now. I get it. It's still going to make you look anyway. And I know you don't care about the math, but it's real because you can calculate these things on a decentralized exchange. So liquidity matters a lot, as you can see, and I suspect very strongly that somebody has big plans for Pulse Chain. And in my opinion, he probably doesn't care at all who sells now in the near term. And he probably couldn't give two about how low it falls before Ethereum hits an all-time high. It's just my opinion. People don't remember this, but in 2024, when the Sacrifice wallet injected $20 million into Pulse Chain, the whole chain pumped.
Let's see. Moon King says, a lot of trash accounts on Pulse Chain. Them nor their followers are smart. Why? Many of these accounts have yet to give their audiences a 5x gain. I wonder what the point of these accounts is. All I think of is emotional support accounts for the wrecked. There's a lot of those, yeah. I did unfollow quite a few people because I did notice that they weren't really providing value. They would either be bashing, flooding their own bags or bashing the chain or just doing that emotional support thing, which, whatever, it's fine. I think it's just not for me necessarily. I'd rather have a good laugh than try to emotionally support. Have emotional support, let's say. I try to keep my emotions out of this stuff, right? You notice I would rather watch like goofy, funny videos to shake off between all the charts and stuff. I love the Rick and Morty version better. What are you talking about? Did I see something? Rick and Morty? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. I love Rick and Morty, though. I've made a fortune selling every pump Pulse Chain when everyone screams hold. Then I secretly complain about the performance in spaces and telegrams. See, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I had to get rid of a lot of these complainers because a lot of them are like literally professional complainers. This guy is paper hand. No. Huh? I don't know what's going on with that means. Bro, I told you not to dox. Let's see. Wild S.J. Bright as ever. Sharing the good vibes over there in El Salvador. Looking good, girl. What's up, man? What's a cookie? Did I read that mysterious Ian Heinisch post about... Yeah, I commented on it. This one right here. Yeah, it's great. I said, awesome news, can't wait. He's saying the marketing we're about to do for Pulse Chain could be bigger than anyone can think. Like, seriously, this is next level. And I agree with them. I think Ian and B Roots have a better grasp of marketing than probably RH, and I think they'll have something interesting coming for sure. Does anybody know what it's about? No, I don't know what it's about. Let's see. The Dark Oracle is going around. Tiger Crypto God. I hate this piece. He's same thing. Probably complaining about a complainer. I just got rid of some. Simps for only fangirls. Paul Shane simp for only fangirls. There's a lot of these. Yeah, to be honest, that I did get rid of some simps too. I did see some of that, and I was like, I don't like it. I'm not into it. What's up, my lovelies? What's up, Tam Tam? How you doing? Hexo, Paul Shane Green Candle. Let's go. Got a happy Easter from Freedom. Gotten babies, and he's doing it right, man. He's doing it right. Building. This is building in the bear market, okay? Feeding the family, making babies. It's good, man. Good stuff. Fuck. God damn. Back pain's the worst. It's just. All right, this guy. I don't know who this is. I don't follow this. It says RH is a dum-dum. Everyone on Paul Shane now is talking all satanic when y'all are just the dumbest of the human population. Trying to find a reason in meaning where there's none. Maybe you just made a bad investment and selling the bottom because you think the devil exists. It doesn't. I mean, I guess. No, it won't make Pulse Chain go up. It'll make it go. There was this thing by Dipcatcher. He posted something. Let's go read it. What do you guys think? So he has an idea. He says Hex has been in an extended bear market since the Pulse Chain and PulseX sacrifice. Over 4 years of bleed, amplified by the value extracted from sacrifice, dilution of demand, and other self-inflicted things. Interesting. I like that, dilution of demand. One solution to turn the ship around is to simply shut down Pulse Chain, then migrate all funds from the bridge and sacrifices into a Hex limit buy and burn strategy to help support buyers. Migrate all the funds from the bridge and sacrifices into a Hex limit buy and burn strategy. Okay? This action would drive Hex to over $5 in a sustainable way. There's simply no other thing that Richard can do to drive growth to the ecosystem. It feels like all the actions he takes are counterproductive, but the tools he does have, bridge, adjuvant key, SAC funds, can be used to revitalize Hex and push a new path forward. Interesting. When I've suggested this in the past, everyone thought it was crazy, but I bet that a growing number of community members would agree now that is a serious solution to a multi-billion-dollar platform. Okay. To Hex limit buy and burn strategy. Okay. I think I understand what he's saying. He wants to move this extra liquidity, either all or some from the sacrifices and the bridge, into a Hex limit buy and burn strategy. So pretty much some kind of protocol that will buy Hex and burn it consistently, like a buy and burn. Okay. I don't know. Is that a good idea, chat? I mean, what do you guys think? Is this good? Your friend Somi says an Ethereum spot ETF couldn't even save Ethereum. It's down 50% after 2 years of that. What makes you think Richard pushing some buttons is going to make Pulse Chain decorrelate and go up? Dipcatcher says, no, it won't make Pulse Chain go up. It'll make it go away. Hex will just reprice to its natural, unencumbered state. I mean, I don't know. I guess it could be done. I don't know. I don't know what I think of that, to be honest. I have to really, really think about the ramifications of it. But obviously, Richard Hart is doing what he's doing for a reason. Some people have talked a lot of interesting things about this. One way to look at it, I was talking to a gentleman named, he was a CF, he ran the pool, Buck, I believe his name. It was a real quick interaction on X. We talked really quick. And, his thought about Hex was just the simple way to look at it. Look, it's an altcoin. Most altcoins just go to zero over time, okay? And Hex is an altcoin, okay? So it's not putting that much into it, right? Like, in terms of, it's doing what all altcoins do. They trend towards zero. Okay, that's one take on it. So why save it, right? Is Richard seeing that as well? Is that how Richard is seeing it? Does Richard see Hex as just like, well, it was an altcoin, we tried it, and it's going to zero like a lot of altcoins, and that's life, We know Richard has said bullish things about it in the past. That Pulse Chain could be made to support Hex, and Hex is really valuable to him, but is it, right? Is it really? That's one take. Another take could be that he can't figure out the right way to make it work, which is when ideas like this maybe come to make sense. Maybe this is a better strategy than ones that he's trying. Another way to look at it would be that he's doing actually everything you see happening right now is on purpose and for a reason. And he doesn't want to reward hexagons right now. He wants to crush them. He wants Hex crushed. Could it be, people have talked about that before, that the price is down here because he wants to shake people out, and he's shaking people out. And he doesn't like a lot of the community that formed up around him in Hex, and he's happy to do that. That is another take, and we've certainly heard that take as well. Even though Hex is a first child, it is kind of becoming this thing where people seeing it as like a unnecessary thing, or needs to be separated, or we need to do something about it. And maybe this was the plan. Maybe this is everything happening is exactly in the sense of what RH wants to do to Hex right now and shake out the community. I mean, one note I'll say on that is watching the prices go much lower than people thought. And for the record, I was charting levels all the way down where we are, and you guys know that from my charts. That's probably why a lot of you guys join to see my TA. But watching it come all the way down and watching how people reacted, it was good. There certainly was a cleansing, or at least a revealing of people. Like, you really see who people's true colors are right now, right? You either give someone a lot of money or you crush them and take away all their money. Either way, you're going to find out what somebody's about, right? And it's brutal. There's no doubt about it. But everybody reacted differently, right? And I guess we saw a lot of true colors. So that's a good thing. Maybe RH was trying to do that too. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know RH well enough. I wish I had met him once. Some people are laughing at his ideas. But it's a serious idea he's putting forth here.
Rest to the USDC price, which during a bear market is just going to be so beautiful, so fantastic. But in the end, it tends to anchor us to the USDC price, which during a bear market is just going to be so beautiful, so fantastic. Because while everything else is dumping, we'll just be sitting there like, hey, how's the free fall going, everybody? Right? But in the end, it tends.
Whoa. Yeah, or is he just a great salesperson? That's an interesting clip, right? He pumped Hex and sacrificed for Pulse, and again pumped Hex for Pulse. Hex price has been the same. Your idea to shut down and put everything into eHex is dumb. Simplified. There's different takes on here. You guys should check it out. I would be curious what different people think about this, because it also helps reveal how people really see Hex at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's important. I think it is, I want to find out who Hex's real friends are. But I mean, I know there's some people still up on it, but Yeah, what do you guys think, chat? Does anything he's saying make any sense? Is this good stuff, or is this just gobbledygook? What is this?
Okay, so this is where we left off. I'm just going to record
Wild
this part because
Esche.
it seems like the Wi-Fi doesn't work right here.
El Salvador.
So I was just talking about how beautiful this
Looks
vine
just like
is,
LA right now.
and that I think it's a passion flower vine. So this is another part of the house. This is actually like the master bedroom. So there's a master bedroom and bathroom up here. Walkout balcony kind of thing. Adorable. Sure. It is hot, it is humid. Oh, let's see. So this is why I was thinking it might be a passion fruit vine. But I don't think that's not passion.
Guava
No.
vine. Looks like
Maybe
guavas.
something closely related. Curious what the flowers look like. I haven't seen any flowers on it. And we get a really nice view of the man. This is where a raccoon last night probably hung out. Hey, neighbors.
Let's see what else going on.
Camera again. There's been threats made to you from creepy dudes online to the pizza store.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of phone calls, people calling, asking for me, and
Guys are so weird, man. Israel bombed a funeral in Bekaa, Lebanon. Oh, okay. Crazy, crazy war news. I don't even know what's real anymore.
Up until now, let me say, there are still additional objectives for us to achieve, and we will achieve them either by agreement.
All right, war stuff. What's this? So, Avicii, Mike Posner. On my 26th birthday, I wrote I Took a Bill in Ibiza 12 years ago. The song became popular several years after I wrote it. This year I celebrated my 38th birthday. I feel proud to look at the song lyrics and know none of them are true anymore. I've grown into a completely new man, and I'm proud of that. Check this out. So Richard Hart tuned in on this, kind of goes through his life, and then he just puts R.I.P. Avicii. It's pretty sad. Oh, what? Tiger, bro. Yeah, he's talented. Mike Posner. I don't know who Mike Posner is. Who is it? Should I?
Every happy couple.
Thank you. What the hell is this? No way. I remember this. So this girl was making a video and a meteor showed up in the fucking video randomly, which is pretty amazing, right? We've all had one of those happen once in a while, but not with a meteor. That's pretty epic. So she started an OnlyFans, they're saying. That's great, man. Capitalism. Do it. Crazy. Crazy stuff in Lebanon, man. Crazy stuff.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
Who's
just
this?
picked up about 15 boxes of tablets from the Hex Wizard, and he distributed them in our area. Thank you. Ready?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Just picked up about 15 boxes of tablets.
It takes time to get comfortable on camera. Ready, action. Let's go. Nice work, man. So I think he's one of the volunteers that is putting all this stuff together over there in California. Okay, so anytime you see these guys, remember to give him a smooch. Okay, give him a lot of love, because we may never meet these guys. They may never start a channel, and but they're out there busting their butt, pumping your bags. You know, even if like you don't think the tablets is a good idea. Oh, he's in Italy. Okay, I don't know where he is. But he's working on stuff, right, to pump our bags, right? It's amazing. Okay, there's all these people that we may never meet, may never really get to see or shake their hand or say thank you. So just smash some love when you see them on X or whatever, because they're working, man. They're working around the clock for us. Okay. Respect for OG Da Vinci Jeremy. So okay, let's see what he said here. Da Vinci just posted this. More GTA side missions. Good luck, guys. Oh, guys, I'm squirming like a toad, man. I can't take any more fucking pills, dude. I hate that shit. It messed up my gut. I've been like popping stuff. I wasn't stretching. I should have been stretching, man. I should have been stretching. Especially because I was celebrating a friend's birthday, drinking, and yeah. I was in a race car accident many years ago. I'm not going to get into it right now, but he says buy 500 days before having, sell 500 days after having. If this follows again, BTC buying opportunity will emerge Q4 2026. Boop, right there. But 500 days, the halving. So listen, guys. I think that yeah, that could be the buy zone, but it could also be sooner. You know, we talked a little bit about this. Maybe we get rushed again, just like we got rushed here. We had the high right here before the halving. Maybe the halving's not going to change. That's coded. But maybe the high comes much faster than even last cycle. Okay? And you got to be open to that. We have to be open to it speeding up again. Maybe that's the new trend, that they come closer and closer. Somebody said halvings are no longer relevant. Yeah, the halvings will still be there, but where the high comes in may be different, okay? How it may come different. So Da Vinci Jeremy, he bought Bitcoin at 10 cents or so, I don't remember, $1. It's been around for a long time. What the fuck's that? What's going on?
Fucking live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live.
Oh my god. Is this real? He's gonna burn the building down.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
That's fucking scary, legal. What's going on, dude? Whoa. I mean, people can die, right? You understand? Like, he doesn't know who's on the roof or in an office on a couch sleeping or whatever. It's dangerous to do that. But, I mean, this can't be real. It's real. The fucking whole building will be up.
Panama Canal.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to be honest. I don't got it.
Okay. Just
No, what country is the Panama Canal in?
I can't watch these videos. They're too much. Oh, did you guys hear about the babies that were thrown off a plane? Baby warning icons. Passengers can now see on the map if a child aged 8 days to 2 years is seated nearby. Oh, that's fair.
Frequent flyer 2 years old is sitting in that row. You can see it before you choose your seat. You can factor it on a flight.
Let's go.
Right, for the first time, Schwab is custodying, Bitcoin. Fidelity is custodying Bitcoin. I'll never forget. I signed into a Fidelity account not too long ago. The first thing that pops up is this little icon. Would you like to create a Fidelity digital asset wallet? And I said yes. I literally clicked yes on it, and all of a sudden you could buy Bitcoin on there. You look at what Chase is doing. You look at what all the major banks are doing. Right? I mean, all of a sudden you're no longer trying to do, Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin using a ledger and using DeFi. You can literally buy it through spot ETFs for the first time, and every bank is custodying it. I mean, we are on the 1 yard line of cryptocurrency, and we've got another whole field to run, as explosive as it's been. So I do think it hits $1 million eventually. I've never been more bullish on anything in my life. And listen, Charles, I was telling everybody to buy it when it was at 40,000, and here we sit at 115,000. Right. I'm more bullish on it today because of the legislation in this country, and because of how widely.
It's an old video. Why is he playing this?
Innovation. The money center banks have been sitting on their hands for years, crapping on the crypto industry, but it's not about Bitcoin. Nothing to do with Bitcoin. The reason that will be important and why we'll get price appreciation on Bitcoin is the minute that happens, it will signal the move to the next act. the Market Infrastructure Act. And why that matters to everybody in this room is we will finally determine, is Bitcoin a commodity or a security? And when that is determined and regulated...
Smash the like button, pups. Just smash it. Let's go look at what Richard's been talking about lately. Huh? Fort Myers. Ah, man, there's crime everywhere. Crazy. Oh, my God. Why? Oh. Don't look. Sorry. Why? Jeez. All right. Poor pizza girl.
They want to eat the world's strongest gummy bear. Do you know who I am, kid? Now, let's see if this 5,000 milligram bear can slow me down, kid.
This challenges I've generally
What is
ever
it, CBD?
done.
Bro, that's a lot of fucking CBD. 5,000 milligrams? He's gonna wake up fine, though. By the way, when you wake up for this, if you've ever done this before, not that I've ever done anything like this, you feel amazing. Like, you just feel incredible, right?
So I've just woke up. I think it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I think I've been sleeping for about, I don't know, 20 something hours, and I feel absolutely high still. This has gone on well too long. I need it. I need it to stop.
Make sure you hit the follow button, because I'm about...
That's a lot of fucking cannabis, man. It's a strong dose. Where's That's weird. That's weird too. All right, let's go over here. Anybody there? Is nobody talking? All right, let's go over to Richard Hart. What's he up to here, man? He's calling out YouTube. I don't know why.
But did you look at who bought the ProveX? Did anybody special? Like, what happened? Why did everything go up so much?
Who bought ProveX? I haven't looked.
That shit dropped like massively. It's always like it dropped massively, and then people somehow have money, which proves that people are just waiting. Bro. They're just waiting.
I've never even looked at ProveX. Even at the launch, I just couldn't be bothered.
Well, it's up, man. It was in the 7.4s from the 5. Yeah, it's fucking almost 50% up from the bottom.
When I heard that pool about, Buck doing his little, grifting pool, I just couldn't be bothered.
Why do they call it a grifting pool?
What do you mean grifting pool? He made everyone money.
Yeah, I know, but it's just how he makes money, isn't it? Like, basically,
Not really hate on
it's
Buck.
jealousy, bro. It's jealousy. It's jealousy. You know it is.
It's not. No, I don't think it's jealousy. I think just. I don't think it's fair to say it like that. What you don't like is that the guy fucking comes in, does nothing, and just does nothing, and just took advantage of the situation and pumped his own bags. But at the same time, too, I don't think what he did worked. So then it's like, well, what did he do wrong if nothing worked? Because look, what did he do? He gave people money. If anything, he gave people money to take money from him when he could have just been first and took all the money. But then it's also he made free money, which at a which is the cost. So I don't know what's wrong. It's business. Business is business. But what I don't like is when these fuckers come in these chats, right? And everyone's like, "Oh, hey, man, how's it going, man?" And it's like, do you know this guy just dumped $2 million on your head this whole time and told everyone to buy while he was selling? Oh no, like the same way, like if what's his name, Giga? The Christian guy that comes in here all the time acting like, "That's okay, guys," but he sells on everyone's head. What's his name?
Wait, are you talking about Mando? Or are you talking about...
Well, Mando never really comes in here and says everything's going to be all right. He only comes in here to like back B-Roots and shit and PPGC, but...
Wait, what other Christian guy?
What the Christian guy?
The Christian guy who makes like those Christian spaces, and he always comes in, he's always trying to be like the mediator, but he's actually dumb.
Yeah, but he's always dumping on people's heads. Yeah, him. Freddie. Yeah, Freddie. That's exactly him.
Freddie. Who's Freddie?
Which he's allowed
Yeah,
to
but
do, but it's just
Freddie brags about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's like too. I think that's more sincere than like Buck knows my criticism of him was like he was saying, "Oh, we're gonna lead community efforts to go shill on
yeah,
every
yeah.
single Bitcoin and Soul post." Bro collected his money and fucked
Yeah.
off. We knew that was happening. You know what I mean?
He always shows up when it's time to collect money and then leaves. It's like that's his MO normally, isn't it?
All right, let me just pull back on this Bitcoin chart.
Yeah, but
You guys
really,
see?
dude, honestly, that's the fault of the community.
Yeah.
So like all of these things is like what I guess realized slowly is like a lot of the ill fortunes of the community are from the own efforts of the community. So it's hard for me to say to blame anyone, honestly. Like, because the game is game, and
Yeah.
bro, it's like the rest of the community is just not able to. Like, bro, you're really at a point where you either have pure desperation left. You have a few, you have the group of people are here because they have to make it work because it's literally their entire life that they have on the line.
Yeah.
Or you have like the couple, I would say a very small handful now of like the real cult like kind of believers of Richard, which by the way, like two people that I would never in a million years would ever think were going to be buried DM'd me in the past week, like basically saying like, "Hey bro, tell me this is gonna be okay." So like
Oh shit.
I don't, you know what I mean? We're in a weird spot, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary seeing some of the big names that
To
sort of
to
get this, like
to a
capitulate.
point, it's actually like you want to make it feel better, like just fudge your own bags. Now it's time to fudge your own bags. Now you'll actually profit from fighting your own bags.
So Giga, what did you tell them?
Oh shit, Saint, well, good.
I give him a
What?
pat on the back. I
Tell
told him
us.
it was gonna be okay.
You said that?
Right.
Honestly?
How
Watch
did
your
how
bags,
did you say
boys.
it, Bigger? Did you say it like
Yeah, I did.
did you say it
Watch
like
those bags.
Bigger? Did you say it's like a war? You know when like someone has their legs blown off? It's gonna be okay, man. You're gonna live.
You're all shell shocked.
Yeah.
You have ringing in your ears. Your torso is separated from your legs. I'm
Fine, man.
patting him on the back.
You think she'll still love me?
You're gonna make it. He's got like no limbs, fucking torso's off and shit. Just hold his hand and look in his eyes, tell him it's gonna be alright. Jesus Christ.
Nah, you see at that moment, I tell the guy he's fucked. I would.
What?
I've done it already. Yeah, you can't do that shit.
Yeah, I've seen some of these names capitulate the last year or so. Like, what's his name? Is it T-Bird or whatever his name is? Like, these guys are like loyalists and like they're slowly
Yeah,
turning.
but it's okay, man. It's bro. At some point, they have to. That proves that they're smart. You understand? To see people capitulate and be like, "Oh fuck, maybe I was wrong." Ah shit, we are fucked right now. To me, I'm like, shit, we're getting somewhere. This is bullish. This is bullish. People are starting to come to their fucking senses. Now we can get somewhere.
Why is it bullish? What do you mean? Elaborate.
Because it's like the guy that never. It's like the guy with a cheating girlfriend that never catches his girlfriend cheating. He's just gonna be in denial and be like, no, 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 she still loves me. But the day you see her cheating, it doesn't matter how many times her friends told you she was cheating. The day you see her cheating, it's like the insta like punch in the face, uppercut, like wow, you feel it now. So it's like now they feel it like, yo, bro, you're not unbreakable. Richard's not fucking bulletproof. This shit is not bulletproof. Everything you do, I do, everything we do together has an effect.
Yeah.
You get me? Like wanting to rug people, wanting to sell the chart, wanting not to provide the liquidity, all that catches up. All that, oh, you didn't want to provide a good product. You didn't want to do this. You want to put your money in leverage. You wanted to do this. You wanted to do that. Oh, you didn't want to do this. And you didn't want to do that. Like we are where we're at because of all of us. So now it's like time for us to like, smell the coffee and be like, okay, what do we do?
Yeah.
And also, if you want my opinion, we need to fud our own bags because why wouldn't you want the bottom? Like this is the time, right? 290 million pulse per ETH. Yeah, this is the time you fud your bags.
I can do that. I'm
But yeah,
very
just
good at
fud
that.
your bags, bro, because you'll get a better entry. That's for sure. That's the most fragile part. You don't fud your bags at the top. You don't fud your bags when everything's going good. Fud your bags when it's bad. Fuck them. That's my opinion.
Ruthless game, man. Ruthless.
But at the end of the day, you're taking his money before me, or I'm taking the money before you. So what do you want? You know what I mean? It's like we're both here we're robbing the bank, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and it's like, you want it or I want it? I kind of want it. You want it? Yeah, you go ahead. No, I insist. I insist. But we got to leave right now, bro. You know what I mean? So you do what you want, bro. But it is a ruthless game. If you come in here with the intentions to save the kitty cat, you're just gonna save the kitty cat. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but famous. You also have to consider one thing, which is that if every person came into the game saying like, okay, I don't know, man. Like, let's say I have $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Say my goal is to make $100,000 this cycle or whatever it is. Like, your purpose is now to show your bags, yes, but the secondary purpose, which I think everyone kind of forgets, and kind of something that I kind of bring up a lot, which is like, you need to think of a way that you can make $100,000 worth of purchasers come in. So like, if I plan on walking out of here with 100K, if I replace that 100K with maybe, a couple dozen other people that bring in 200K, then the system grows for everyone, right? The problem with the OG guys, a lot of the OG guys, especially in modern days, is like, back in the day, they used to do that. They used to replace the money they were taking out. So it doesn't matter. Like, I don't give a fuck that, like Motley bought a fucking crib and, wherever. I don't care about any of this shit. But what I do care about is the guys who are still selling, who like go, oh yeah, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna get, any more money to come in here because I don't care, or whatever it is.
No, that I agree. I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah,
Also,
because
the
like
yeah,
we're all here to
we
buy and sell, bro.
well, yeah, exactly. We're all here to be first and be first for the buy and the be first for the sell, right? So like, it's it is that's the game, right? But at some point, I get you. It's like you gotta at least there's what is it? It's honor amongst thieves. It's just like at some point, like crypto is honor amongst thieves, like to an extent. Like it's just,
Yeah,
you can't expect it.
but as long as there's never a run on the game, right?
Yeah,
Then there's
you don't
always
shit where
enough
you eat.
money to there's always enough
Yeah,
money to float around. And that's how all these systems are, where it's like, if me and everyone in my neighborhood each put, $1,000 in a pool every, let's say every 6 months or whatever, it's like, a couple times a year, if a couple of those people, a couple people from the neighborhood took out a couple $100,000, got themselves something nice, then it's a still sustainable system. You can keep that system going. But like with Hex, think of it like half the neighborhood went and bought Lambos, and then they
yeah, I
stopped
know.
putting money in. And so like you know what I mean? Like you can keep the thing going for a long time, but like people have not been willing to, participate in that way for a long time. So
No, I
What
agree.
What did you guys see? Dip Catcher's post. What do you guys think about it? His proposal.
I didn't see it. What was it about?
His proposal
I
to
don't follow
create
him.
a limit buy system, pretty much creating a buy and burn of some kind for eHex, I believe is what he was referring to.
But why do we need to do that when there was one originally on the function?
He
Like
wants
the original function of it is to burn it.
he thinks to using the liquidity and sacrifice funds to limit order hex is the way forward.
I don't think the injection of existing capital is the solution of anything right now, especially our reserve, our chain reserve. Our chain reserve should not be used to buy the bottom. Our chain reserve should be there to Fortin infrastructure, Fortin things that need to be Fortin when it needs to be Fortin.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think Dipcatcher has a very good reputation of keeping money in the same spot. So I wouldn't take his advice or his opinions any seriously, in my opinion.
All right, good.
Oh, I'm being dead ass honest. A lot of things that a lot of people won't say. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
well-
I don't know much about him. I just saw the thing. A lot of people were had a point of view about it, so it was interesting.
Yeah, he also wanted to fork.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, he's
another
a smart
thing,
guy, bro. You can't say he's not smart, but
I never said
he's
he wasn't
definitely
smart.
biased.
I
You
said
know?
he's not very good at keeping money in the same spot, so I wouldn't take advice from someone who can't keep money in the same spot. Um, Also, for him, you also have to understand that the only reason why he's talking about this is because it's is in his best interest, right? Because he's doing that L2 with Hex, and he got to sacrifice for that. So, like, obviously,
Yes,
he's talking
exactly.
about Hex and trying to make like some notion around Hex right now, which, like, bro, Hex is simple. You stake it, and it will go up. If you don't stake it, then it will not go up, and that's just the simplicity of it. It's just as simple as that.
Okay, so in the same logic that you have, that Hex, like, so if you have no new investors and you're
Mhm.
staking your Hex, then you're getting a disproportional amount of the supply, which means that you're bleeding out all of the non-stakers, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, by the same logic, like your buy and burn is doing this in a way, and just without the inflation, it's doing it on the deflationary side. So why not, like, if you really wanted to see the value get captured and maybe give some pain to the guys who are willing to capitulate big wicks, why not increase the tax? Why not increase the buy and burn tax?
Why? Doesn't make a difference. Which buy and burn are you talking about? The pulse
I'm
X?
talking about the Pulse X one. I'm saying, what if that were 1%? You would have
Ah,
what you would have done is you would have captured tens of millions of dollars, actually probably $100 million worth of volume over the past couple years, and that would have been value that couldn't escape necessarily, right?
but he did that already with like 30 something million. He captured more money that we have right now in the bridge. And he put in and he bought used that to buy and back the buy and burn. It's okay, 10 million a year. Pretty good. How much did the chain make, right, per year? Like, even at those years. Like, I don't think the buy and burn is a problem. I think it's good. It's there. No one
No,
profits
no,
off it. It's a good
it's good.
mechanism.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying,
I just think Richard right now is
why
just
not? Why
accumulating.
not fucking increase the game, bro?
Well, because I think the OA right now sees the game as no one values the inflation. No one values the hex inflation, which is the main key of hex. So the OA said, fine, you don't value the hex inflation. Well, I'm gonna pick and absorb all the inflation for the next 5 stake cycle, which is the first cycle, or which we're in right now. So I think right now the OA is just accumulating all that inflation to then give people the opportunity to do stakes. Like, it might not happen now, it might be in the future. You can still do it now, but for me right now, it's those stakes will come out as we come in and buy up the system. Like, I think right now the only way is to get these whales out, but we have to pump the price to get whales out because they're just going to sell slowly, and we don't want them to sell slowly. We want them to sell as fast as possible. So you kind of have to like pump hex first, man, because if it's the hex whales that are bringing us down, then you got to sell that first, right?
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
Bro, that's the problem, though. It's not the hex spells bringing us down. It's really not. Like, if you look at who's selling, like, of course we occasionally get a big whale, hex whale capitulate, but bro, it's validator, arbitrage, and exploiters. Those are the guys who are fucking up the chain more than anything. It's not the hex guys. It's not the hex stakers. Like, there's a couple. You might have Freddy or whoever. Like, you might have a few guys that have their maybe 20 million.
Oh, over the years, I'm talking about. Like, over the years, like, the consequences of our actions is this. In my opinion, the consequences of our actions is this. Of how they viewed the staking, how they stopped doing the staking. It's just,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure, I agree. I agree with that.
Because they did more long. If, like, it was the mind fuck was, oh, people are staking more long term. But it was like, was it really more long term? Or, like, was it just no one was staking and then it was just a lot of stakes that were long term? So no one's staking, more stakes are long term, makes it more long term stakeable. So for me, it was always a mind fuck, bro. It's just the way people portrayed the information, and it's like once you really looked at it, you were like, oh shit, we just got bamboozled, and it was too late because it was already at like 2 cents, 3 cents, and then you were just like, well, do I hold my, what gave us all the ability was the pulse, and the liquidity on pulse was just so crazy that no one gave a shit about how garbage hex was. That's the truth. But in the future, if you want to talk about hex and like what's the future for hex, like yeah, we have to value staking again. The OA has to get out and say, okay, well, you guys want inflation? Take inflation. Because right now, no one wants inflation, so it's going to the wrong people and bad habits. So inflation, I think OA came in and adjusted everything and said, no, I'll take all inflation, 7.5 years, everyone's going to EES. I'm going to absorb everything. That's what it's doing.
Well, if you think about it like this, like so, maybe it's a pessimistic view of the world, but the way I kind of view things is with our monetary system in the U.S. is it's always kicking a stone down the road. So, in let me think of how to kind of summarize that. I guess what you're doing is you're printing inflation and you're offsetting like the actual productive value you've created into the future, right? So you're saying, okay, I'm going to generate capital now for productivity in the future. And in the US we have this. We have like these 10-year cycles or so where you see this like every decade or whatever, every two, where you'll have, basically inflation ramping up, things getting your purchasing power getting devalued, and then they have some kind of huge capitulation event, wash everyone out, and then kind of say like, oh well, fuck, now everyone's screwed, we got to slowly start printing again. And then you build it up, and then like they kick the stone down the road again, right? It's like, oh, everyone's hurt, well, we'll print a bunch, we'll offset it for now, throw it into the future. So if you look at hex from that perspective, like we've already been in the part of that cycle where you would have that big capitulation event, where you'd already have the stone kicked down the road, but there's no new, there's no more productive like actual capital coming. So the question is like, how do you get that? And is it crypto as a whole is the problem, or is it just pulse chain? Because I think you guys were saying earlier, like there's tons of shit that did really well this cycle, but pulse chain's obviously not one. Was the offset too big? Like all he did was take Hextaker's money, said, here, I'm going to hold it for you for a couple years, and then I'm going to give you a bunch of fucking liquidity a couple years later. And he did exactly that. So it's like, when you get that again.
I agree, man. A lot of money came to buy the L1. When things do 3000x, it's because that 600 million was buy pressure. You know what I mean? Like I look at it like when people see like, oh, we're gonna do a 10,000x. Like, what do you mean? 600 million people bought it at the same price as you. $600 million bought the same price at the dollar as you did. Like that's why I feel like it's not overvalued, but it's just that there's a lot of fucking value. There's a lot of money that needs to now get like crunched up. So maybe when he looked at it, he's like, fuck, I made too much money. I'm fucked.
Right.
I wonder if he ever felt like that, where he's like, fuck, I made too much money. All I wanted was 100. Shit, now I made 600.
Are you kidding me? If he felt that way, he would have made PulseX the coin that buys and burns for the ProveX protocol, because the only reason ever that you would raise capital is to issue a new coin, or sorry, that you would issue a new coin is to raise capital. There's no other reason in Richard's life that he would ever need to issue a new coin, other than if he wanted to try to capture more value. And he did that. He took, 16 million or whatever and got it.
Yeah, but you could also think in your head, like, fuck, I didn't need that much. But the fact that he made the 600 was like, okay, well, I could do it again. Like, it doesn't stop you from thinking that, Like,
sorry, the other argument would be, I forgot to mention, would be that you're just trying to get people to capitulate, right?
Yeah.
But if you were doing that, bro, he would be retarded if he didn't just amp up the fees. and he still buys every once in a while. So I don't think it's that. I don't think this is like some kind of big master plan. Like I'm trying to get everyone to capitulate. And I mean, I know people who talk to Richard, bro, and every single one of them told me every single time they're like, he doesn't know what the fuck to do because y'all just fucking sell all day. He doesn't know what to do to promote the thing. He doesn't know how to make it, get adopted. He literally says the same shit he tweets, which is like, just keep on keeping on.
Well, yeah, because anyone smart would just continue saying that. But like, the smart thing to do is to let people sell now, not later. If I have to put back the money, I need them to buy back their dollar at 10 cents. Bro, that's just business, Giga. Like, bro, it's dead ass. It's like if someone bought shares of your company for $1 or a share, you would want to buy it back for 10 cents a share. If you're gonna put all the money back in, you know what I mean? Like, I look at it like that.
Of course, but he's proven that he's not doing that.
Well, you see, what he says and what he does are always two different things, man. Right? What he does makes it look like, yeah, he did try to. And sometimes he had to, because it's like, well, the chart's gonna look stupid if you don't. You know? Like, you have to give up a looking chart in order to do that whole process, in my opinion.
Look, you can't you can't forget, like, I mean, this is kind of based off what both you guys were saying, that he has the role of market maker in this situation, and you can't believe what he's saying, or you can't take what he's saying as complete straightforward. He's got a job.
Yeah, 100%. That's the game we're in.
Yeah,
that's the game we're in too, right? So, but at the same time, I look at it like, well, what would I do? I do the same thing he's fucking doing. That's why when the chain started, I said, I hope he, like, I had an idea in my head what I do, and it's kind of what he's doing. So for me to say that he's not planning this, well, it's not that he didn't plan it, it's not in a book and he wrote it 4 years ago, but I think Richard's not stupid. Right? He can make bad decisions, but I don't think the gentleman is stupid. If I were to have a discussion with him, I would truly believe he is intelligent. He has all the qualities of what intelligence is, right? So
but we don't need to talk about this.
I think there's definitely a plan here in the making. There's no doubt about it. And you got to look only at what he does, and you got to see everything he says in the sense listening to BlackRock talk about something, because he's got multiple responsibilities here. One is to community, but at the same time, he's also responsible to the charts and proper market making. And, it's scary to think that, but he's got to do it. It has to be done. And it may be having to do, he may
No,
be...
yeah, dude. I 100% agree. I think he knows he has to do it.
If I was in his shoes and I knew I had to do it, in my fucking team were a bunch of fucking, like, if I had to go play hockey, right, and I knew my team right now were all drunk and all fucking half off and not doing the right fucking thing, didn't practice properly, I'd be there like, what the fuck's wrong with you fuckers, bro? Like, fuck this shit. And I feel he feels like the same way, because it's like, I still have to carry the back on my, but it'd be nice to have a team that can do it themselves too, so it's easier. Right? Like, I get, Richard, where it's like, how could we not look at us and say, what we've done for 3 years works? If we were to, like I've said this multiple times, right? At the early stages of this chain, the people who were in charge of whatever, however you want to talk about social aspects, community aspects, if those fuckers got the stage, right? Let's say we actually had the prominent stage on the best stage, Bitcoin, Ethereum, best talkers, but we would look like the biggest fucking retards if it wasn't Richard. But now times have changed, but it comes with time, right? So I'm kind of happy this happened, because I don't know how it would have happened or else. Right? Like, now the community is becoming real crypto. Like, we understand, we're not delirious, we're not delusional. Like, now it's like a good atmosphere. Like, you could go out and see people and talk to people about Pulse Chain, and it's like, once we're like, it's somehow they're more open to hearing about it now than they were when it was higher, because of the attitude of the community, because of how we took things, because of the state of the chain, of social aspect. The social aspect
100%,
is better now. So, like, it's kind of a good, and to me, it was a plan, but not a plan. I can't explain it. It was just at the time adapting to the right decisions, and the right decisions was look. This is the situation. If I pump the fucking chain with the money, all these guys are just gonna make a ton of money that they shouldn't be making. Most of the people. So fuck it. Let all the let's I don't know. But there's a lot of other statistics too that it's like if I were to have given money out and received $600 million, I would be looking at everyone's wallet, having a thing, monitoring it, doing all that crap. But that's me too, right?
The chart was extraordinarily overextended. Just mechanically, it had to draw down to an extreme level. And I have levels where we're at now. I had levels for that because when I look at the chart and just obsessed over it and played with it, I felt the real high just based on liquidity and what the mechanics were in the chart, the structure, was somewhere between 9 and 12 cents. That was the actual top. I think everything else was a lot of froth or whatever he was doing. So it overextended just incredibly high. And just mechanically it had to come back down to these levels. It really did. And we could be bottoming out.
Just a shame that Richard said he was here to save people, but by saving them, he's let them all get destroyed.
It's brutal. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I disconnected, boys. I went outside and it fucking screwed me over. Trying to get some sun.
Let's look at this.
Wait, what did we conclude? I don't think Richard's market making shit other than maybe with his tweets. He's definitely not trading the chart.
No, but that's actually most of market making.
No.
Is sentiment.
I'm saying there's the absence of it is what I'm saying he is doing, right? Like I'm saying, like that is by choice.
Yeah,
it's not that he's misplaced something or he's like, oh, well, I thought this was the plan. No, it's just by choice because he's like, I have no choice but to do that. No, I can't do shit. If I do something, we're fine. If I do something, it's worse. Because that's what happened, right? In my opinion. Multiple times. He literally looked at it and was like, fuck, if I do something, it makes it worse.
Pups, we're going to look at some of these charts. Let's see. This is gapped up massively on SPX. A lot of resistance here. Probably go back and fill that. It's really moved up quite a bit, man.
Well, yeah. What's good about that chain is that there's still people here. There's still stuff happening, and we're at the right place at the right time, in my opinion, in the market to be where we're at. So that's kind of the bullish, well, not bullish part, but I guess what keeps us here is that we're in the right position at the right place to do what we're doing. So there's still hope, There's still one more hope.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually fucking mind-boggling that there's anyone still here. That's for sure. I mean, I'm talking like the most hardcore of the most hardcore Richard Hart cultist types that I knew back in the day. I have quit, bro. Like 90% of them at least.
I would say more the maxis have quit. As to the meme guys, we kind of got the best end of the stick, right? Because we memed. I'll be dead ass honest on Pulse Chain.
Yeah.
I feel like the guys who did the meme shit the whole time, are staying here because we're like, I can make a 10x. I can make a 20x.
Right.
I did it already. I did it a
No,
couple
I
of times.
agree.
I'm chilling. But the guys who stuck in the cores that did nothing, like, bro, it's very rare I'll have someone come up and be like, yeah, I haven't done anything for 3 years, man. I'm just holding. I'm chilling. It's fucking rare. And those guys, you hear them and you're like, you don't want to make fun of them. You just want to be like, damn, bro, you're a real one. Holy fuck. Like, damn, you did nothing. You missed everything. You missed the Tropa, Dapidai, 9MM. You missed
I
all
know a
that
few,
shit.
bro. I
I'm
Bro.
one of
onboarded a
them.
few 6-figure guys too.
Even the Zen shit, like there was so much shit that did make money, and it was like, okay, yeah, now it's garbage, but it's like, bro, you could have made money. Like fucking hell.
But one of the biggest things about Richard Hart was he taught them guys like not to get involved in that shit, right? So a lot of people stuck to his words. You know, the whole ethos of Hex and stuff was, don't chase all this other shit, right? So a lot of these guys weren't in about trading. They followed Richard, and following him, yeah, destroyed.
I mean, it's brutal, but you need people who, and Richard's aware of this. He needed people who believed what he said and not watch what he was doing, and he created a really cool ecosystem. We had an epic bull run, just wasn't in any of the RH, tickers, and you had to be on your feet. You had to be aware, of what was going on. But a lot of people did blindly listen to him, not understanding. He's also a market maker, and it is what it is,
I think as well, a lot of people thought that, when PDI moved and all the other coins moved, they thought, yeah, okay, cool. That means at any point these cores are going to move. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's pretty aware they're pretty heavy, and I think he's, as a market maker, probably more than happy to keep shaking people out and let the price go down much lower than people expected. And people still listen to everything he says, as if he's got to tell you the truth, and he can't. He just can't.
I think you got to be an idiot now to follow everything he says at face value. If you miss an entire cycle listening to that guy and you listen to him at face value still, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people quite have understood the opportunity cost. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, you missed a whole cycle. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But I do think he was doing the best he could, But I do think there was a lot of sense in when you talk to people who know him well, like Eric Wall, or is it Eric Wall? Is that his name? Eric something, who worked with him in the past. And other people have said that's the name, right? Eric Wall. Yeah, said something similar. That he's really just doing the best he could, really, and I don't think he expected to become as successful as quick as he did, and he did. And he didn't know what to, how to manage it, Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I get that he's a market maker and all that. I do understand that. But at the same time, anyone that here that was back in 2021, you've heard the guy talk before, right? That guy was not about trading, was not about chasing anything. So people that listened to him took it seriously because that's all he talked about. Don't chase pennies in front of freight chain, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? Right. That was literally who he was. It wasn't like it was a side thing. That was literally who he was, what he preached, like stream after stream. So people took that stuff seriously. So yeah, PDI and all this other stuff ran, but those are for people who are naturally traders. But a lot of people who came here aren't traders or aren't, guys who sit watching 5-minute charts every second. These are guys that just buy and hold a coin and they listen to him. Yeah. And by listening to him, absolutely destroyed. So it's easy for a trader who's been trading before Pulse Chain to say, oh, I want, yeah, but you're a trader. Like a lot of these guys that came weren't traders. They listened to this guy and he led them into the meat grinder.
Yeah. I mean, there's some truth to that for sure, no doubt. You can't deny it.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I do think,
what did I miss?
Regardless, I think it's going to be very successful when the time works out right. I think he's been building. He's got a plan, and it's got product market fit. I do think there's going to be strong narrative for a lot of this stuff. And I've said before, I think when Pulse Chain moves, we're going to have one of the biggest bull runs in all of crypto on all the projects over here. Everything. including Hex, including Hex.
Mm. You think the narrative for DeFi is going to come back at some point?
I do. I just think it'll be shifted from the idea of you doing your own finance to just wanting privacy and or rails that are outside the system, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think.
What do you mean come back to crypto? To DeFi? I think right now there's a transition in EVM that people now are getting fucked because they're not in DeFi. That they're starting to realize that it's not. It's you either start understanding DeFi because that's where all the money's going, because the other stuff is just not here to last. The meme coins are not here to last. The farms are not here to last. The bullshit is not here to last. The tax tokens is not here to last.
What's
I
here to
think
last?
the DeFi, LPing, lending.
Yeah.
That's really the RWAs.
Yeah, it's also
Trading that the perps, like that type of DeFi, like having non-central, like owning your own custodial bullshit, like all that crap, right? Like real DeFi, not meme coins. Meme coins is not DeFi.
No, it's just gambling, though.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I think there's a lot of truth there. I think a lot of this game may be just surviving everyone else who's died, you know. And one of the narratives going forward could be that, look, you know, Hex price action sucks, but the product to survive, the communities, there's a community there. It's a viable product, you know, and sentiment can shift pretty easily in the future.
He tweeted that a few months ago.
Dude,
he said that. He goes,
the
like,
utility
things
of
that you
Hex
say,
is
speak for
it's
itself.
so fucking useful.
Yeah.
No one can actually, like, when you properly explain it and show a use case of how that this central ability to have no central entity in order to rely on inflation being separated and properly dispersed according to weight, time, etc. There's something about that now comes to us. How good of a seller are we? Like, you could give me the Tesla. If I suck at selling, no one's buying a Tesla. But if I could somehow make the Tesla look better than it is, we're at a better chance of someone buying the Tesla. So it's the same thing with this, where it's like, first of all, I've always said this. I don't think the community understands Hex. I don't think they know what it is. They don't understand an ERC20. They don't understand their blockchain. They don't understand what makes it so great, the fact that it functions and how it works and how its contracts designed and what does the contract really say? How does it really work? Right? Once we get to that level, I think then it's like, well, maybe some people could come in this community with a good education of DeFi and say, well, listen, if you create a good environment where people are buying and selling, there's opportunity for LPing, meaning that someone figure out a way to make selling valuable. Then you could have the aspect where people buy and sell it all the time, therefore there's liquidity. And it all comes into place where it's like, but hey, if you want to make inflation on something single-sided, here, this is how you do it. As to, hey, there's these other mechanisms that you get this type of payment or this type of reward or interest or incentivization. Now we're in a system where if you're not explaining, you know, what the product is, or you don't sound too confident. First of all, you don't sound too intelligent. That's another one. But if you don't know your product, you call someone, you do a cold call or a hot call, bro, you're losing the sale. And that's what's been happening for 3 years. We've had sales. I've been here, bro, for so long. I've been in these spaces for so long that we've had the opportunity to onboard many people. But the people that have the stage, how they portray this chain makes it sound so stupid that no one would fucking invest here. And it makes sense why no one's investing here. But if we were to have just sat down and been a bit more objective and say, well, listen, we don't have to necessarily listen to Richard. Richard's a billionaire. We're talking to the little guy that's not liking Richard. How do we get these guys? You know, and I think now what's perfect is that DeFi is Pulse Chain. It's what we are is DeFi. So now we have something to relate to and say, and this is how I do it. And when I'm in the spaces, it's like, oh, well, this is what you do with ETH, and this is what's so good about ETH. And it's like, but you know what I like more? It's how it's cheaper to do it here. And then I get everyone's attention because they're like, oh, really? Oh, really? Explain more. And it's like, I never explained nothing about how Richard has 160,000 ETH and how he's going to pump our bags. I never mentioned that. And I attract more people to this chain than the people trying to do the opposite. So it's like, I see a very positive way of, if we were to say, hey, Pulse Chain loves Ethereum. Ethereum is the shit. Pulse Chain is 98% Ethereum. you have no choice but to like us. We're getting everyone to like the Pulse Chain, and it works, bro. I'm telling you, I literally fucking interrogate people. It's like, you like Ethereum? Oh, you like it? Really? What do you like about it? And they say all they like. I'm like, oh, you like Pulse Chain? It's exactly the same. And then they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, it's the exact fucking same. And they're like, oh shit. Okay, cool. I might buy some Pulse Chain. You know, and it always ends up the same fucking way. You know, it balls my mind, bro. Same with how, like, anyways, everyone in the chat here hears me already, but like for the first time, like you could hear me, like it works so fucking well. And it's like, maybe we should go on that route. Maybe we should look at a Pulsekin and say, well, hey, are you a Pulsekin? Do you think ETH is bullish? No, ETH is not bullish. You're retarded. You know, literally, when we have to stick that way, because you can't be a Pulsekin and bullish on Pulse and not be bullish on ETH. So if that's the case, why aren't we running with that narrative? We're bullish on ETH. Let's go. Let's go in the space and tell everyone, yo, Pulse Chain is bullish on ETH. Let's do it. We're going to mind fuck everyone because no one's done that, dude. If you've been in crypto, how many chains have been like, yo, ETH first, fuck our chain. ETH first and then our chain. No one's done that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a strategy.
At the end, you know, it's really going to be price appreciation. I mean, that's where we're at, and that's the only way out of here. So whether that's RH waiting for ETH or him just, you know, slowly changing sentiment, reversing strategy, whatever he's got up his sleeve, it's going to be that price appreciation, that consistent price appreciation that's going to matter the most for people. Because to be honest, people come over and they see that consistency. We don't really care how it works. For most people, it's going to be over their head anyway, right? They just want to know that if they put their money in, it's going to be more later. Yeah. I don't know if being tied to ETH is good or bad. I don't know. But I don't mention it either, famous, like you're saying. I don't bring that up to people.
I think the best way to bring it into a conversation is with ETH, you know? So that's ironic. Sometimes it's like, wow, the best way to pitch Pulse Chain was to pitch ETH first.
Yeah.
And be like, hey,
I'm
like
bullish.
Like literally,
on ETH.
it's
I am. I just don't know the time horizon here for ETH either.
Oh, of course, because like, well, I'm more bullish long term, because I'm here long term, right? So like for me, I'm always bullish.
Yeah.
I'm too bullish, and the numbers for me makes it like, well, you have to be really retarded to not be bullish on Ethereum just because of the numbers, right? That's how my stance. Like my stance is not this far-fetched way of saying, oh, but maybe, but no, it's like, look at this number, look at this. What the fuck? It's better than Bitcoin. Undervalued asset. You know, and that's my stance.
Yeah. When I see they're giving all these crazy, you know, ETH targets now, whether it was like Robert Kiyosaki, I think, just posted a few other people. So now I'm concerned in the short term. I'm like, great, they're all looking for exit liquidity. And, you know, it's probably not running in the short term now that I'm seeing all these insane price targets. But I do think eventually ETH could get there, no problem. But how long they're going to be controlling it, I don't know.
You know, there's two things that's going to happen, in my opinion. It's either that USDT or USDC. In my opinion, it's going to be USDT first. It's either USDT makes it to $1 trillion market cap, or stablecoin market cap goes to $1 trillion market cap, or it's Ethereum that goes to $1 trillion market cap. And when that happens, there's going to be a psychology that changes in the world, in my opinion, about crypto, because it's not a fluke anymore. It's not a maybe. It's not a speculative asset class. No, it's an asset class that creates $1 trillion assets. You can't say it now because it's just Bitcoin. And everyone's saying that, well, Bitcoin's not crypto. There's a Bitcoin and then there's everything else. But the day that Ethereum or the stable coins go to $1 trillion market cap, I think there's going to be a switch that turns on in everyone's head psychologically, especially people that invest, because they're going to be like, well, fuck, these people, it's not a fluke no more. And you could portray it like that too, where it's like, no, crypto creates $1 trillion assets. It's done, it's happened, now we're going to, what's the next one? You know, and then it's going to be, what's the next $1 trillion asset? And that's going to be the next narrative. And that's what's going to bring us, you know, to $1 million Bitcoin. But I think that's the next goal, bro. Yeah, it could be. It could be Pulse Chain. It could be like, you know, because everything's in the trillion.
Yeah, we could be in the hundreds of billions. I really think
That's
so.
the goal that's the goal in my opinion. In my opinion, is to be the next trillion. Once ETH hits the trillion, is to be that next $1 trillion market cap.
I really wouldn't be here if I
I
didn't
think
think
that's the
so.
goal.
I really wouldn't be here if I didn't think so. But it's the timing I don't understand. I don't know what Richard's up to, but I do think when this thing hits stride, it's going to be historic, man. It's going to be historic, and it's going to be crazy. Like, you know the XRP chart, right? I did that 1,000.
Yeah, I saw your take on that. It's interesting.
It's those moves that I mean. There's people now still obsessed with it. You know, I could be at any room, you know, with some wealthy people, and XRP always comes up. You know, and I think when Pulse Chain is ready, it's going to make moves like that. That's going to create literally the next generation of this insane cult like XRP has. Because I think we're going to see that level of God candles. I think it's just going to be straight up and up and up and up for a very long time.
Hey, Saint Wolf.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
What's up? Who's that?
This is the host of the Space World Liberty Fries.
Oh, Itola. What's going on? Fry Manny.
Yeah, it's a funny name. My main handle is actually World Liberty Fries for my project.
Okay.
It's a meme coin on Pump Tires meme coin. But
Yeah.
it's good to finally meet you, man. I've heard a lot about you. I've seen your shows and whatnot. So.
Oh, thanks, man. And thanks for
Give you a
hosting
follow.
this. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, you have to be bullish on Ethereum, man. This is a fork of Ethereum. Famous was right again. I think that's a great way to get engagement as well. Like we probably should be going to these Ethereum spaces and, you know, letting them know what's up.
Good luck with that.
Why do you say that?
Oh, just, you know, the reputation. Hexagons, Pulsicans show up anywhere, right?
Yeah. Well, we got to change that, man. We got to change that reputation.
Green candles. We'll do it.
Green candles.
That's how you get respect in crypto. I mean, what else, you know?
Very true. Green candles, the best marketing.
Yeah. Hey, later, run. Awesome show. Talk soon.
All right, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, take care, bro.
What's up, pups? All right. That was cool, man. You know, you probably don't want to hear this, but charts could go any which way imaginable, okay? 2204 on ETH. You know, we're at resistance. We could push up a little more. I think that Dixie, we're getting both, man. Like, yeah, it's bullish, but at the same time, you know, this could also fall apart. I don't like that the wick came below this support, but it bounced really strong here on the Dixie, okay? So still, my target's 103. You know, is this going to fall apart now? USDT up at dominance is up at some serious resistance as well. Yeah, you know, up here we got that kind of like, is it a double? Is it going to give us this double top scenario over here? Triple top almost, or is this done? This is going to fall apart. This could absolutely push up more. Okay, absolutely push up more. It certainly looks bullish still, not necessarily done. But it could go either way. This could also be done. All right. Everything's just kind of like weekly, like bumming along, you know, humming along. You know, XRP as well could absolutely go sideways. You know, I think we are going to get a drop. I don't know when. Maybe not. But I do think that was a big fake out we had, right? SPX just gapped up massively. Is it going to roll over from here? Are we going to double top and roll over? I was kind of like drawing some like where we could roll over from. Obviously, we passed this point already. Where are we going to roll over from? Where we're going to keep pushing up? It gapped up really massively. That could fill pretty quickly. I mean, there's a lot of resistance where it is. Let's look at the transportation. Let's see if that gave it all. DJT. Let's see what it's saying to us here. DJT. Here we go. Damn. It fucking gapped up again. Wow. But it got smacked down. But forward-looking market is saying we're looking good, man. So maybe we are going to kick off into a nice, juicy summer. Bitcoin's at 71, up against resistance. What's it going to do? Obviously, every time before, bear market-wise, it's just fallen and gone down again. But we'll see. Same thing, if we pass 59, I think we can start looking at lower targets. But otherwise, we're still could be just moving sideways. A lot of times people forget that. You don't always have to go up. You don't have to go down. You could just be going sideways. And that's a move, Sideways is a move. Okay? And sometimes the most painful move, right? Because everyone's waiting to buy, but they can't buy, and they're waiting for a pump, but it's not pumping. Traders get destroyed. So here we are, ETH. Once again, obviously technically looks like it's primed for another drop down here. This is the ETH BTC, and I'm waiting for this drop, just making a bear flag. If we come down and touch this with a strong bounce, I think we're on for an ETH/altcoin bull run, okay? We need to come down a little bit more and smack into this. It's fucking interesting. Interesting stuff. Not that interesting. I'd prefer it was just boring, to be totally honest. Yeah, USDT, VU. Gapped up as well. I mean, smacked right in a ton. I mean, that could be it, too. Just drop from there. Absolutely could drop from there. We don't know what surprises come. I mean, we had the truce. It was obviously a bluff. We're not nuking anybody. They can't just take out Iran. They would have done it by now. And bombing started immediately afterwards. So, we don't know. We don't know, man. This is some weird stuff. America just dropped the ultimate stablecoin bomb. FDIC approves proposal to implement Genius Act. Okay, so, they're working on the Genius Act. More stuff's being sussed out about it. All right, which is nice. Okay, don't look at that thing. I might distract it as well. So the proposal for the Genius Act. So obviously there's clarity required too before we have the big move up and away for sure. And obviously if you look at altcoins, if they weren't ready to participate in this rally. I mean, obviously you see equities going up. Go back to that. Why has it switched today? Equities are all gapping up, moving up. This could be an exit move too, because you see ETH BTC just kind of bummed along sideways for the most part. I mean, sure, we had a little bit of a pump up, but it was in the structure of the bear flag, like it's done before. It was due for a pump. Nothing out of the extraordinary. We didn't break any structure, so they didn't participate, and certainly your altcoins didn't. I mean, you're probably aware of that by now. Pulse, barely had a 5% move in the last 24 hours, and you possibly had an announcement of a truce for the thing, and altcoins didn't care. They didn't give a fuck about good news, okay? So not a good sign. I mean, look, if we were about to get bullish, they would have responded really well to that. That's how it works. Even the slightest bullish news, things start popping off, right? You would have seen stronger moves, and we're just not getting that. We're just not getting that, okay, yet, okay? Obviously, ProveX moved up, which is nice, but I think it was due. I literally charted this. You guys saw this last week. I posted it for my members TA, and it exactly played out. I mean, almost exactly, but pretty damn you saw in the video how fast I sketched it. I wasn't even very technical about it. I was just like, yeah, coming in here, we're going to pop up right about there. I did it. So I think that this could have been just part of, the bounce going on here, which is due. Come here. It may not have been that ProveX was we have to get bullish. And if it's going to do what I think, actually you guys should join. I'm going to go over more TA on that. I think I know what it's going to do next. Pulse is still down here. Not much has moved. Still squirrely down here. Sure, we got bullish divergences everywhere, but we're in a bear market, and it's not technically looking good. And if it didn't respond to that good news that we just got, then frankly, it could be ready to go sideways or even down a little bit more, okay? Or at least just sideways. All right. Atropa, believe it or not, it's holding up really great. I mean, maybe we get that one last drop. You can pick it up a little bit lower, but just a fantastic chart. Obviously, time is right. Atropa, PDI, BFF are going to run Here's BFF. Responded a little bit. This one's looking good. Don't pay attention to my squirrely lines. Let's probably be working on something. Some ideas over there. Ink, once again, just showing weakness. All right. Got a little bit of a pump, but they look weak to me. All right. They don't look great. And they just didn't respond to the news. So the market's calling the bluff, not buying it. I don't know what we would need to see to get a big rally, maybe a full truce or something. Seems like escalation is continuing, so not good. Maybe that's why everything's kind of in this stagnant place where, Dixie looks like it's about to go berserk to 103, but also gap down pretty massively too. So yeah, it's definitely confusing. What's up with my mic? Wow, what's wrong with it? What the fuck is with your mic? All right, how's the mic sound? Why do some people say the mic doesn't sound right and other people are like, it sounds fine? I'm just going to have to capitulate and get like a better mic, I think. The fuck is with your mic? I don't know. What is with the mic? Sounds fine to me. Cool. Listen, I'm going to kick on a stream and we'll go through the altcoins, okay? We're going to go through ProveX. We'll go through altcoins, whatever you guys want to see, because, well, that's what we do, right? Honestly, I don't see much to talk about yet. I thought today we'd have a lot to talk about. We don't, but I know you guys are waiting for an altcoin video. So I'm going to just kick one on. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll throw it on. And, yeah, we'll just go through them, man. I don't know if it's going to be even a full hour. There's not much to say about them yet. But if you guys have tons of requests, we'll look at them, because probably you guys have things we haven't looked at yet, so we'll need to break them down, look at the whole chart. So let's do that. And once again, maybe tonight's a quick one, but I'll do another one tomorrow. We need to see something move. Everything's just kind of stuck, and we're looking at the same chart. Nothing's happening, right? But we'll kick it on. I know some alts did move, so we'll look at that. And once again, you guys want to join, just join. Click join button down below. Otherwise, links are at the top there. And, of course, go to Instagram, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. All right? Yeah, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. All right. It's a good place to be. And everyone else will probably see you tomorrow. Actually, Thursdays we do a stream, so I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Good show. And thank you for all the likes and reshares, by the way. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm going to actually tell you guys who reshared it, okay? Because it's always like a lot of the same people, and it's fucking awesome. Pookie Doo, thank you for the reshare. Everyone go follow Pookie Doo, okay? Right now. Whoever that is, Pookie Doo, okay? Who else reposted? Reposted? Oh, these people reposted my post from earlier. Teddy Jr., Tam Tam, Alpha Hover. All right. Doing the reposts. Of course, Tam Tam. And Jamie Lance. Thank you for that repost. What about the stream tonight? Of course, Fast Abdul. Oh, here you go. Detroit Runner. Oh, was this from last night? This was from last night. But thank you for the reshare. Appreciate that. All right. Everyone go follow Detroit Runner. What's up, brother? Go follow everyone, dude. Wolf Fast. Who else did it? Who else did it tonight? And what's this? Reposted. And the Beached Whale. The Beached Whale. What's up? Thank you so much for all those reshares. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Or I'll see you in the members video TA. So I'm going to put the link in the Telegram in a minute. I'll take a 5, and then I'll just start up here. Okay? Actually, I'm going to start up here in like 2 minutes. Okay? I'm just going to immediately turn on. So I'll see you guys back here in just a sec. Bye.